messed it all up. Okay, my good peoples. Hello, hello. Let's make an adjustment. Okay, my friends. This is Sunday, June the 15th, 2025. And this is episode 73, 073 of TrampCast. The channel is Delta Mike down and out in Torrevieja. Hello, Cameron. Delta Mike, that's me, or at least it's a character I play on the interwebs. Down and out. Let's go through the list. Homeless, a tramp, a hobo, vagrant, an indigent person, a person of no fixed abode. Some might say a bum, someone who sleeps rough on the streets, or in my case, in a field. This is TrampCast proper, not a hangout, not a TrampCast special. This is a TrampCast proper, where we look at the successes, the failures, and the other happenings in a week in my life as a homeless guy in Spain, as a homeless Brit, trapped by circumstance in Spain, as I might sometimes describe it. If you could, folks, thumbs up is always appreciated. You might consider subscribing if you haven't already, but don't, not yet. Not until you've seen 3 or 4 of my videos. Don't subscribe too soon. You could consider a donation. You'll have to dig for how to do that. Halfway down the, if you dig into the description, it'll be about halfway down. You might be lucky and find a link in there if I've remembered to include it today. If you are here with me on Sunday afternoon or evening, depending on how you want to demark such things, you might want to check for the word live in the bottom left corner of the screen. A red dot on the word live is what you're looking for. You might have to click there or thereabouts 2 or 3 times just to make sure. Sometimes you might join us an hour late and YouTube will start you at the beginning and we'll be along. You'll be commenting on things that happened an hour ago and I won't have a clue what you're talking about. These things have happened. These things have happened. Okay, folks, I recommend everybody has chat visible. Hello, Thomas. I recommend everybody enables the live chat within the video player here. Even if you're watching this on another day and you're not actually live, if you're watching this as a video on demand, enable chat replay and you can follow along and I will sometimes respond to comments people make without fully reading out who said what. Sometimes I'll just chat with them. I try to elucidate. I try to read their comments and keep us all in track, but I'm not perfect at it. So I recommend you have chat enabled, especially if you're doing this on demand. What you want to do is hit the video player and you're looking for 2 speech bubbles, one behind the other, and click to enable that. Sometimes it will pop up empty. You might need to dismiss it and bring it back a second time. I find that the second time it loads properly with the chat showing. The first time you can just get an empty box. Sometimes it's a little bit subpar, a little bit suboptimal. Okay, folks, I think that is all of our blurb out of the way. I think coming up almost on 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes, I think we can start to talk properly. Okay. In a moment, we will begin with the numbers round. This is episode number 73. So some facts about the number 73. After that, we look at the thank yous for the week in question, the people who have donated, either in person or via PayPal. I will thank the individual concerned. After that, we look at the themes of the week, and it's been a week. There are some themes, folks, and I am going to fucking rant because it's in my nature. If you ever watched Star Trek Voyager, the episode's called Scorpion. I think it was Scorpion 1 and 2, where 7 of 9 behaves the way she does because it's in her nature. It's the story of the fox that carries a scorpion over a river, and even though it's going to drown, the scorpion still stings the fox because it's in its nature. Well, it's in my nature to rant, to rail, to fight, to stand up against what I perceive to be tyranny, and it has been a week. We're going to go there. We are going to go there. I will try and pull it in a little bit, but it is in my nature to rant, to shout, to fight, to stand up against some things. There are some things up with which I will not put. You have been warned. We'll get there, folks. I'll try and keep it nice for you. But if you've been here a while and you know me at all, you'll know we're going to go there. We know it. We know it. So after we do the themes for the week, we go through the week itself. We itemize day by day through the week, and then we look at any upcoming issues, things that we're expecting to see happen over the next 7 to 14 days. Matters arising, issues arriving, you might say. Hello, Farmer. I do indeed have coffee today. I have literally just made this. This will be red hot. I've taken the lid off to try and get it to cool quicker, but oh no, I can't get that in my mouth. That is too hot. That is too hot. Okay, folks. Are we all book? After I've given you fair warning of how it's going to go, I will not be dropping any N-bombs this time. I've done that twice recently, just because I can, and I will not have my speech policed. But I will police my own speech this time. No N-bombs in the TrampCast proper. Probably. We'll see. I'm tempted now, just because I might. Okay, folks. Yeah, no, I shouldn't do that. I should refrain from that because it will get me in trouble one day. But I just have to show Melanie Mack that that the word that she keeps using, faggot, she likes to say. In England, that's a meatball, so don't be going at me. It is a meatball, it's a thing, but it's a word she likes to say a lot, and it gets her in trouble occasionally. I went bigger and better when I went for it. I dropped the actual N-bomb with the hard R. Linus. Not that one. I went there properly, mate. But no, I won't do that this time. Okay, folks. I am red hot, folks. It's clouded over here, but it's bloody warm. I'll let me do the. Oh, there's a couple of things I haven't done so far. We have certain traditions here. Hey Tina, hey Tina, hey babe, hey babe. I got my Tina girl. She's got her food and her water, but for some reason she's off for food a little bit at the minute. But she's panting because it's hot. It is hot, hot, hot. I am like dripping wet. It is wet, wet, wet. I'm fucking, and I've just gone and made coffee, which was a bit silly. But I'm low on beer. I think I've got this one, and I think there's a couple over in the corner, and after that it'll be wine. Wine. But out here, look, folks. How can you see the sky is kind of grey? It's what time is it here? It is 5:15 almost. It's overcast, but it's boiling hot. Very hot, hot, hot. Yeah. So it's and I'm itching. But it's that. Oh yeah, I am. Something's got my ankles again. Oh, I said last week. Oh, I might have to close the doors if it carries on. If they don't go away. But we'll make a go of it for now. We will make a start at least. We'll make a start at least, folks. Okay, let me put that down. I can't do the full show holding that. But I am. Can you see how wet I am? And now wet through. Okay, folks. This is episode 73, 073 of TrampCast, covering the week ending June the 15th, Sunday, June the 15th, 2025. We are up to date with TrampCast at the moment. We are discussing the last 7 days. This is kind of new to me still, after spending 2 or 3 months behind. But we're here. We're doing it. Okay, folks, this is episode number 73. So some facts about the number 73. The number 73 is a prime number. It is in fact the 21st prime number, divisible by only the numbers 1 and itself. It is a twin prime. These are where you get a pair of primes within two. Obviously, the even numbers are never primes apart from the number 2 itself. All other even numbers are obviously divisible by 2. But the number 71 and the number 73 are both primes. So these form a pair. These are binary primes or twin primes. Okay. Now, this is one of those ones where when you display it in binary, it mirrors itself. It is palindromic in binary. 1001001. Basically, what would that be if it was a normal number? That would be 1,001,001 if it wasn't binary. So there's a 64, an 8, and a 1. 64, 72, 73. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. In radio circles, ham radio and similar circles, 73 is a code for sometimes for goodbye and sometimes for best regards. It's it just is. I don't know why or how. I couldn't get an explanation. I couldn't dig into it any further with the time I had. In the 1980s in the UK, number 73 was a children's television program on ITV, Channel 3, hosted by Sandi, amongst others, and Neil Buchanan, the artist, who did Art Attack, which I think started as a thing within 73 and was later its own TV series. The number 73 was kind of famously Sheldon Cooper's favorite number on The Big Bang Theory. The character Sheldon Cooper. First expressed this fact in episode 73. Often wore a t-shirt featuring the number 73. And finally, with some sub-facts. 73 on the periodic table. Tantalum, the element with the symbol Ta, is element number 73. Named after Tantalus, who is said to have revealed some of the secrets of the gods and stole ambrosia to give to the people. For this, his punishment was to stand in a pool of water under a fruit tree, and whenever he reached for the fruit or went to try and take a drink of water, they receded away from him. The fruit would pull away, the water would pull away. He was, so to speak, tantalized. Tantalus was tantalized by this. This was his punishment. Now, the metal itself, the metal we're talking about, tantalum, very hard and ductile. Ductile meaning it can be hammered out flat and turned into kind of a sheet. It can be rolled or hammered. It's a transitional metal with a particularly, it's highly resistant to corrosion. At very high melting point as these things go. And a lot alloys with other metals to give those high melting points to those alloys. Always found with chemically similar niobium. I think it's what that says here. I can't quite read my own writing, but there you go. It is very, very inert. It reacts really, it's really slow to react. Does not react with very many things at all. Very, very stable, chemically stable and heat resistant. Really high melting point, as I mentioned some moments ago. It is being researched for use in superconductivity and in quantum processors, forming your qubits and similar for quantum processors. Also, it's used, because of its high melting point, it's used in vacuum furnaces. Like I said, it's particularly stable. It just doesn't react, doesn't melt easily. Now, it is a little bit controversial. Found in Central African countries such as Zaire, which have been, well, it's not called Zaire anymore, is it? The Central African Republic of, what is it? That's not even right. The Democratic Republic of Congo, I believe. It was Congolese. It was a Belgium colony in the past. But because of this, it's got a high value, but it's smuggled out. It's a lot like the diamonds that are not supposed to be traded because they come from a war zone. Whoa, Tina, darling. Dog. So yeah, it's a conflict. It's classed as a conflict resource because it tends to be smuggled out of conflict zones, and that whole its status as whether it should or shouldn't be purchased, whether you're backing a bad regime by buying it and using it. But it has a lot of uses in electronics and capacitors, and like I said, research in superconductors and things. Also, here's one, useful in surgery because it binds to bone and other hard tissues in the human body. It binds and forms lasting bonds in the body. Also, folks, If you're having a procedure that needs MRIs, if you're needing multiple MRI sessions during or after surgery, they will often use tantalum because it's not ferrous, it's non-ferrous. So it forms these bonds with bone and other hard materials within the body. But it's non-ferrous, so it doesn't react to magnets. It's safe within an MRI. I'm way back, going back to the 70s. It was used in Voyager 1 and 2 as part of the radiation shielding. So it has now left the solar system. It's out there. It's gone beyond the boundary into the great beyond. Okay, folks, those were a few facts about the number 73, because this is TrampCast, episode 73. Now, I did see a few chats coming in. I will just circle back, whichever, and we'll scroll back, whatever word you want to go with. So that was Cameron and Thomas. I saw them arrive. Okay, Farmer, there's Farmer arriving. Hello, Fabrizio. Refrain, yeah. I won't be dropping the N-bomb again for a while, but I can. Stick with coffee. Okay, for a little while maybe. 69, the 73, I'm not sure what that's. 73 was the year that Paul was born. Paul O there was born in 73. That must be a youngster. When was that? I was born in 68. But, okay, I'm scrolling forward, showing your age. Congo, yeah. I got there in the end with my, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Zaire, yeah. It's gone through various name changes. My dad worked there in the maybe late 80s, maybe early 90s, not sure, in oil refineries and on the pipelines. Pipe fitter, joining refineries and shipping oil one way or the other. Not shipping, but piping, I guess. You know what I mean? Okay, folks. I'm gibbering. I gotta be honest, my beer is a bit warm. If there's anybody in the locale that wants to pop around and bring a cold beer, that would be appreciated. But not just one, you know what I mean? Don't waste your time bringing one. He was laying pipe. This is indeed the old jokes we used to have. Yeah. Okay, folks, that was the numbers round. It's just a bit of fun we have at the start of each episode while we wait and see how many people are going to join us. Go on. You know you want to. I don't know whether it's just my display here. It might just be the Ajax requests from the app that are not making their way back. But I'm seeing a rather low number of thumbs ups, of likes on the stream. I prefer to see higher numbers, folks. Come on. Doing my best to entertain you. What do I have to do? Drop an N-bomb to get some likes? What are we doing? Okay. Those were the numbers. Next up, we shall cover the thank yous for the week in question. I think I've done myself a disservice here. I think I've stopped a little low, but my friend from Preston, Suzanne, last Sunday dropped an incredible donation. I won't say the actual number, but it was greater than 40 and less than 60. Thank you, Suzanne. That's specifically what do you call it? Ring fence, specifically ring fenced as funds for Tina's wheels. We're gonna get my doggy a set of wheels for her hind quarters, but they need to be rugged and kind of all terrain. But thank you, Suzanne, with a Z. But yeah, much appreciated, and Tina will there to be on it. You are live. Apparently, for some moment, I was not live, and now I'm live again. Hello, folks. Let me know if the audio is okay. Hopefully, not too many crackles. I've noticed on a few of the playbacks recently that it's been crackling. People haven't told me. If your audio's particularly crackly, let me know. I can step out and back in, and it makes itself a bit better sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. So yeah, do let me know if that's the case. Okay, so Suzanne, thank you. That was an incredible donation. Thank you. Now, also in the thank yous, as ever, almost every week. And when she's not there, it's usually my fault for not listing her. Karen and family, who've called round multiple times. They brought water, beer, wine. Lots of help. Lots and lots of help from my friends, Karen and family. And here's one. Wind up merchant. I've had a couple of nasty comments this week. One of whom I didn't realise, but it was my friend Tom winding me up. Bastard. There was a nasty comment that I gave the pin of shame. I pinned the comment on a video so that we could all laugh at the bastard. Please do go and laugh at the bastard. But there was another one where I took offence, and it turns out it was my friend having a quiet dig. So Tom, thank you for the entertainment. Cunt. That's a C-bomb dropped. There you go. I do drop all the bombs, the C-bombs and the R-bombs and the N-bombs. I drop all the bombs. It's a bugger. But the video, it was the one about the stone throwing, and some clown came along and asked me about my life choices and what my bad life choices were that led me to this predicament, which I've addressed many times. I've made mistakes. I've done things wrong. I still do things wrong, including my language sometimes, folks. But I acknowledge he came along and like his first time in, and on the first video of mine he ever saw, as far as I can tell, he just came in and made assumptions and started calling me all the idiots under the sun. Fuck you. Just no, don't do that. So if you do watch that video, feel free to let him know what you think of him. I did pin his comment. He's not very friendly. I could have just hid him. I could have sent him into the phantom zone where he would have thought his comment was still visible and nobody else would ever see it. But I left him visible for us all to laugh at. So that's fun. There's a pet project for you. Only 9 watching. that's fairly good by my standards, mate. It's a niche topic. I am a tramp in a field. What job did I used to do? Where do you start? I was a computer programmer. I was a web designer. I was an internet security person. I messed about with a content management system called Joomla, Joomla, which at the time was second best to a little thing called WordPress, which is the market leader. But that's from a company, whereas Joomla is from volunteers. So I played about with computers and internet-y things. That was my bag. That's what I did back in the day. Yeah, welcome, Andrew. Welcome. No, Tina, no. Hey, babe. Hey. Quiet. For newcomers, here's the real star of the show. Hey, Tina. Hey, girl. Tina. We have to have our traditions, folks, and this is my tradition. We always feature a Tina girl, especially when she catches flies and eats them, plucks them straight out of the air. Hey, babe. You're a superstar. Okay, folks. Thank you. So I think that was it. There was only the one donation, I believe. The Suzanne's, and it was a fantastic donation. I mean, it really was. Karen and family came and helped in the real world, and my mate Tom gave me something to laugh at and comment about. So those were the thank yous for the week ending Sunday, June the 15th, 2025. Next up, folks, themes for the week, and this is where it's going to get a little bit ranty. Those kids still terrorizing you. There was a stone hit the tent. I think it was Friday night about midnight. Somebody decided to have a pop at the tent again. Other than that, nothing, no. I don't think it would have been kids at midnight on Friday. That's more than likely an adult nearby, maybe someone with a holiday home that maybe isn't happy having a tramp at the end of the road. I don't know. But if I ever get to meet him face to face, and if I ever know who threw the stone, I'll be throwing punches back in his direction. There are some things I do not take lightly. And when I've struggled living in a broken down tent for, 7 months after the roof went through and the walls all split, I lived in a broken tent for 7 months trying to save up enough money to buy a new tent. And when I then get a new tent with the help of friends and with the help of people who obviously were donors, and then someone starts hurling fucking bricks and stones and rocks, whatever you want to call them. If I see them, if I catch them, folks, I am not going to be gentle. I spoke the other day about how I'm a great believer in violence and the application of violence. Targeted, specific, correctly targeted violence. I was a boxer. I should probably not say any more. But if I, be they man, woman or child, if I catch the fuckers who are hurling stones, yeah. Hedgeheads. Paul, yeah? It's either Paul or Chris. I'm going to go with Paul because that's where that's the way I'm leaning this week. I could be wrong again, but okay, folks. Themes for the week. The themes for the week. I got a few. So this is where we discuss either ongoing issues. So people throwing stones would certainly be in there, and I have just ranted at some length on that one. Also, Spanish bureaucracy, Spanish justice. For 5 years, I've had a court case hanging over my head. This thing happened before COVID. Got caught up in COVID. I had police come to my apartment, make me sign papers to say, yes, I will go to court tomorrow morning. And when I went to court, I got told off. I got stopped on the way to court because you weren't allowed out of the house. But I said, but I've been told to go to court. And they said, no, there is no court. I said, yeah, I know. I said that to the policeman who came. There is no court because COVID. But he said, tomorrow, court. Ah. So I went and there was nobody there, and I got turned away, and the security guards were kind of laughing at me and all the shit. I went through all the emotions. I had all of the Spanish I mentioned once or twice. Spain love their bureaucracy, but they are really, really bad at bureaucracy. Okay, so with this in mind, 5.5 years later, I get a call from the Guardia Civil saying, where are you? And I say, I'm here. I'm exactly where you know I am. I'm at that place where you last arrested me a year ago when you kicked my dog. When you kicked shit out of my dog. I'm in that place. I'm at the address you know I'm at. And they said, 10 minutes. And I said, 10 minutes fucking what? ¿Por qué? For what? And they said, papel, paper. I went, my papers, your papers, whose papers, where papers, which papers? Last time they arrested me for not having papers. I have a passport that they don't accept as valid because it's been through 2 floods. It's been damaged. It's water damaged. It's waterlogged. It's marked. It's mouldy, basically. I mean, it's fucking mouldy. The court told me it wasn't acceptable a year ago, more than a year ago. So when they say paper, and I'm like, well, what? So they pull up anyway, and they're giving me paper. It's about a court case, and I'm thinking, oh, good, we finally get to go and do. We'll dance the dance. I'll give my evidence. You give. No, they've had it already. They've already done the fucking court case 2 months ago. They forgot to invite the fucking star of the show. They had my court case without me. I'm at the place they know I'm at. I'm on the phone number that they have on record for me. But they had my court case without me. I'm getting angry. Sorry, folks. I'm shouting. Turns out I'm quite a temperamental character. I'm almost crying. I'm so angry, I'm almost crying. Is that even a thing? That's a bit homo, isn't it? How, in a modern democracy, can I be at the address they have on record? At the end of the phone they have on record? When you have a trial in Spain, they send the police out the day before, give you paperwork, and you sign. As I was mentioning before, about 5 years ago, when this started, you sign to say, yes, I'll be in court tomorrow. Somehow they forgot to do that this time? How? And they send you a text message the night before, roughly at about like 10 o'clock, to say, don't forget, tomorrow in court. No text. I had no clue any of this happened. The first thing I knew, why after 5.5 fucking years are we suddenly having the court case? Why now? And why did you not invite me? I have the right to face my fucking accusers. And relax. I think this is my 3rd rant about this now. I think it is. I find the whole thing entirely fucking unbelievable. So now I have to go and appeal and ask to redo the case? Because surely you can't have my court case without inviting me. You appoint me a lawyer that I've never met and we never discussed. I was never asked, do you plead guilty or innocent? Is there any mitigation? And the court case is over the most puerile, ridiculous, fucking nonsense ever. A couple of bastard Norwegians came and sat next to me in a garden, in a beer garden, in a terrace outside a bar. They waited until the terrace filled up and then didn't ask, told me I must move because they don't like dogs. What the fuck? And the manager of the bar joined in on their side and decided I must leave. As I came out of the loo, he got my arm up my back and marched me to the door, threw me down a ramp into a table of his customers with my dogs tied up inside. So then I didn't leave. So they called the police because I didn't leave, but nobody asked why I didn't leave. I didn't leave because my dog's inside. And the police, when he arrived, didn't say, oh, hello, what appears to be the problem here then? And give me a chance to explain, mi perro es dentro. My dog's inside. That's all it would have been if he'd asked. ¿Cuál es tu problema? Which is your problem? What is your problem? That's all he needed to say. But he waved handcuffs in my face. And I said, that's not necessary. No, it's necesario. And he got his baton and waved it above my head. And I said, that's some broma. It's a joke. You're joking. And he hit me twice on the arm, twice on the leg. And then his friend rubbed me, tackled me from behind. And I am accused of hitting him, of punching him in the chest so hard that his bulletproof vest, he got bruised through a bulletproof vest, through this fist that was never thrown. And it's all I'm charged with. The resisting and the assault. Whatever the original arrest was about, theoretically, that's not on the charge sheet. There's no actual fucking arrest. There's just resisting an arrest that never happened. I'm shouting still, folks. I'm shouting. I get so angry about this. It's been hanging over me for 5.5 years. I couldn't leave the country because of it. I've been living in a field for 2.5 fucking years. Because of the combination of this and my bank being a bunch of bastards. But the combination, the coincidence of the two things, coinciding. Okay, folks, so that's one thing for the week. There are no body cams. It's not just that they're not on. The Spanish police do not use body cams. And it's illegal for you to record them. Interesting little fucking snippet. Interesting little bit of information. It is illegal in Spain to record police. Because they see it as you maybe will trace them. You will track them down. You will harass them and their family. So you're not allowed at any point to record the police. I got a couple of videos where I did. Okay, shall we move on to a different theme for the week, a different topic for the week? Because I think I've gone overboard discussing that particular topic. Okay, another thing that happened this week, it was my mum's birthday. Now, my mum died January the 9th, 2005, when she was 60 years old. Tina, steady, darling. So my mum's birthday means something to me. That was earlier this week, June the 9th. If you would, folks, if you would just join me in saying happy birthday, Eileen, for June the 9th, which was that Monday or Tuesday? I think it was Monday. Happy birthday, Eileen. Happy birthday, Mum. With an A, Mum. As in rhymes with ham. Now there's another one, folks. There is another one here. This one hit me. And I don't know if Frank, I haven't seen Frank so far this afternoon. I don't think I've seen Frank. Frank Nadoberty is someone I got to know over on which channel was it? Scruff Dog. It was Scruff Dogs rather than Big Clive. I think I got to know him on I got to know him over on Scruff Dog's channel in the chat. And we got talking, and he mentioned 6 or 7 weeks ago, he said, "Oh, my wife's in hospital, in intensive care." Oh, fuck, what? Sorry to hear that. What? Hope she's on the mend. And initially, it sounded like she was. But then a week or two later, he says, no, it's taken a downturn. And another week or two after that, he says, we just have some really bad news. The prognosis is not good at all. It's terminal. And a week later, they're talking palliative care and hospices. And they'd been given. They were talking like 5, 6, 7 months of was the kind of. She died last Saturday. Frank, I don't know if you're here now, mate, or if you'll maybe catch this later. But folks, to Frank Nadoberty and his good lady Jackie, I don't know what to say other than you won, mate. You won. You made till death do you part, and it was. And I know that's. I said yesterday I didn't have words, and I don't. I'm not a great speaker at this stuff, but you took vows. You promised to be together till death do you part, and you made it. You did it earlier than you would have hoped. But to Frank and Jackie, and sorry, mate. I okay, folks, let's move on. That's my friend Frank, my fairly new friend. We've been talking for a few weeks now, but now another theme for the week. I've been kind of I've been falling asleep early on a night, and consequently waking up 2, 3 in the morning. Some of these days have been fucking interminable. When you've been awake forever and it's still only 7 o'clock in the morning. And when 2 hours later it's still only 8 o'clock in the morning. And when 3 hours later it's still not even 9 o'clock. The time dilation when you're having one of those days, the time dilation is fucking horrendous. I sit there and it's like I've watched a whole TV series, And it's only half an hour later than when I last looked at the fucking time. It's so this has been another theme of the week, folks. So with that, I think I'll draw to a close my discussion of themes for the week. I did go off on a couple. I extended a couple of those way more than I normally would. But if you would raise a glass for my mum's birthday and to Frank and Jackie. Words can't express my my sorrow, my sadness. I don't know, mate. I'm not good at this. But yeah. Okay, folks. So we've done the numbers, we've done the thank yous, and we've done the themes for the week. I'll have a scroll back. There seems to be lots going on in chat. I'll have a quick scroll back and see what I've missed and what I can comment on. Alicante is the nearest airport to Torrevieja. Yeah, Murcia used to be quite popular. Then it got closed down and converted just to a military base, and then they opened up another one somewhere nearby. And I'm not 100% sure. I've never been there. Once a boxer, always a fighter. This is true. I do have that mentality. I have a well of aggression that I can draw upon, but that I like to contain and channel and try and only use where appropriate. There's a couple of real I've told the stories in the past, but there are a couple. All boxers they've all got stories of that time that something happened and that they let loose and people went flying. We've all got the tales. I've got some crackers. I'm not gonna detail them here. There's obviously the two times that I saved a policeman's life. I'm scrolling back. There are the times that I was jumped by three guys outside of Lancaster train station, and I put two in hospital, and the police wanted to prosecute me. Because Britain, that's how it works. You get mugged by three people, and you're obviously the fucking big baddie. Yeah. I'm scrolling back. There's loads of, okay, we're back to, okay, where we were discussing 73 and 74. Okay, the 1970s, Congo and Zaire. Yeah, okay, the Democratic Republic of okay, I'm back on territory. I recognize where we are here. I'm working forward. 1,000 thank yous to Karen, said Farmer, my friend Fabrizio there. Karen, grazie mille. He's obviously of Italian extraction and likes to drop it in every now and again. PayPal link in the description. Someone's guiding someone to try and make a donation. I don't have the context. I don't know what I've missed there, but okay, that's where Andrew joined and said only 9 watching. It is, you know what I mean? It's a tramp in a field on a Sunday afternoon. What are you gonna do? It's never gonna be. Who am I going to hold up as an example? I'm never going to be Asmongold, am I? I got the rats. I mean, he had a dead rat that he used as an alarm clock. I don't know if we know this story, folks. Asmongold, one of the top streamers in the world, used to have a dead animal somewhere in his house. He was sure where. But as the sun moved around in the morning, it heated up the rat, and he's lying in bed, and the cooking rat somewhere in his house would. That was his alarm clock. That's how he woke up. With mice and with rats, in my time here in the field. In particular, in my first shelter and then my first tent. But also 3 or 4 months ago in the tent, once all the walls were broken and the floor was eaten, the mice ate their way underneath. The nest of mice ate their way in 2 different places and invaded and terrorized me for 3 months until I can reach them from here, can I? I don't know whether for those of you that haven't seen, bear with me, folks. Just okay, the dog's nowhere near. I'm going to show you the mouse traps. That's the wrong drawer. I picked the wrong drawer. Hold on, here we go. Oh, here we are. Some friends bought me these because they saw I was literally, if I use the word plague or plagued with mice, I'm not kidding. This is probably reversed. Yeah. Caution your hands, it says backwards for you. These traps came from Temu. And they are the fucking shizzle. They are the bee's knees. If you look there, look at the shape of that shit. Now you do not put your fingers in here and do the bait. You do the bait from underneath. There's a little twisty drawer here. And you put your bait in there in the little compartment. Put it back in and twist it, because you do not want to put your fucking fingers. So far we had zero, and I mean zero. We didn't have it like the trap didn't half grab something and it scurried around and it ran away for 10 seconds or for 30. There was no messing. When the trap went, shit was dead. Instant, every time. 6 in the first night. 6 in one night. None the next, because I think they learnt their lesson. And then they got brave on the day after, and we got 3 again the day after. And then that was basically it. We got 1 a week for 3 or 4 weeks thereafter. But folks, go get, if you have any kind of need for mouse traps or similar, look at that. There is no fucking messing. Oh, and you can't disarm it either. Once you've done that and cocked it, there is no, you can't press and unfucking cock it. It's done. You're gonna have to trigger it, but hold on to it. And let it down gently. There is no fucking messing. Look at the shape. Look at the evilness of the teeth. That's a fucking mouse trap. I'm not going to put it back in the drawer. I'm just going to put it over here. How did we get there? Oh, we were talking about Asmongold and his rats. Yeah. I'm a tramp in a field. I'm not going to be attracting the big audiences. I'm not going to be getting like 10,000 people watching concurrently. If I get 8, 9, 10, if I get 12 or 13, that's nice. Tonight, folks, we will, if you want, I'm open to the idea of a TrampCast hangout. So for anyone new, I see that there are a few unfamiliar names or maybe less familiar names, however you want to put it. This is TrampCast, where we deal with 1 week in my life, the successes, the failures, the other happenings in my life as a British tramp, trapped by circumstance in Spain. On top of that, we have TrampCast specials. If I had a topic, and I'm still going to do one about off-grid living and about how I live here and how I have electricity, about how I have a fan. And what a fan. I have a TV inside the bubble wrap. I have an electric blanket. Obviously doesn't get used much, but it got used a few days at the end of winter, February in particular. I have an electric slow cooker somewhere down here buried under the rubbish. I have a cool box set outside. Whenever I try and list everything I've got electrical, it always hits me later that I've missed something. I've got a tablet. I've got the phone, thanks to my friend Karen. I had nothing, folks. Once upon a time, I had nothing. It all got destroyed in floods. I might have mentioned floods earlier when I was talking about my passports and paperwork all being destroyed. This field used to flood. I built up through donations, either in kind, in actual, people giving me the fan and stuff. Although Karen says she found the fan by a bin, and I got the TV by a bin. I almost got a fridge a few weeks ago, except it turned out it was a freezer, and I messed up trying to power it. Maybe it would have worked, maybe it wouldn't, not sure. Almost though. That would have been good. That would have been a score. That would have been an absolute score. But I has devices. It reminds me, actually, I need to turn something off. The EcoFlow is currently powering the cool box, and there's no sun, so we are burning power at the minute. That's not coming in. Hitting it. Can I sneak past, sweetie? Oh, I cannot. No, that's not working. So, you still there? Fuck. Let me turn that off. We're down to 83%. That's 83 is survivable. No, tablet. Dodgy connection on the tablet. Oh! Okay, folks, I'm back. I'm sorry. Can I get resituated? I think so. Okay, we've taken quite the side. We've gone on a meander there, haven't we? We've gone on quite the meander. I'm gonna have a drink of coffee. It's about an hour and a quarter after I made it. Even with the lid off, that's still warm. Because Spain. Shit stays warm. All right, folks. Okay. I'm gonna have I'll dive back into the chat, see what I'm missing. Okay, Charlie Sparkles. Yeah, okay. Charles just tuned in. That's okay. So my previous video, outrageous. The how very dare they, the legal system thing. Yeah, it's. I have no. What do I have no? I don't know how a justice system can work that way. The paper they brought me has literally got this address, if you can call it an address. It's basically the man in the big blue tent opposite Repsol or opposite Chino Bazaar. But it's Cala de la Thora, Cove of the... You might go Vixens, you might go with a stronger word for prostitutes. That's what this area is called. Cove of the Vixens. Vixens Cove. So I am the man in the big blue tent on Vixens Cove. And it's literally printed there on the paper. I'm at the place they know. And they had a court case and somehow forgot to tell me? It's got to be appealable. I want a do-over on the actual case. I need to actually be able to give my evidence, give my statement, instruct my solicitor. The fact that the coppers, when they pulled up, they will have radioed in and saying, yes, we're on site. And then once they got me on the ground and handcuffed, they will have radioed in and said, yeah, one in custody or similar, whatever wording. And the fact that there's only like fucking 45 seconds between those two radio transmissions, that's got to be a thing, no? It takes them 30 seconds to walk over to you. Now then, sir, what appears to be the problem? No, you didn't ask that. Not at all. You just went straight for fucking handcuffs. And then straight to beating me with your fucking baton. And then afterwards alleging that I punched you so hard that your bulletproof vest couldn't protect you from the damage I did. I want to choose trial by combat. I'll put the bulletproof vest on, and they can have 30 seconds to hit me as many times as they want on the chest. And if I have a bruise the next day, they win. Because there's no fucking way that a human fist punching a bulletproof vest is going... It never happened. We all know it never happened. This was one of those tacked-on charges that they had, and then they realised that whatever their original thing that they were arresting me for was bullshit. Just standing outside a bar isn't a crime. You can't just arrest me for standing. The fuck are you doing? So that fell away. That would never got included. I'm just arrested for resisting and for assaulting a police officer, which never fucking happened. We all know it never happened. But judges and the defense lawyers that are appointed by the courts are just processing you through a conveyor belt. They're just putting you you're on a treadmill through the system. Go that way, yeah, guilty, yeah, guilty. Of course you're guilty, otherwise you wouldn't have been charged. Fuck off. In any proper trial, more than 50% of people are innocent. Why are magistrates' court any different? I've gone off on one again, folks. I've gone off on one. I do apologise. Let me catch up. There was Ched's arriving. Once a Boxer, always a fighter. This is true. Alicante or Murcia airports, yeah. Charlie Sparkles had a court case. They mucked up so much of it. Pointless waste of time for everyone. It's yeah. Calm and some coffee, Mike. Yeah, okay. I try and calm every now and again. Justice system, ridiculous and nonsense. Yeah. The lower courts in particular, the higher up you go, the more likely you are to get like a not guilty verdict. Why is it like 60-40 or 70-30 in like a Crown Court or a proper real serious court? Why are magistrates' courts like 99% guilty? Because they don't do proper legal analysis. Because magistrates and other low-level judges aren't properly trained. What happened to the... How do they prove like beyond reasonable doubt? How do you get to say 99% that I smacked this policeman and bruised his chest? How do you get there? It's farcical. The idea that beyond all reasonable doubt I punched a man in the chest through a stab vest or bulletproof vest, whatever the fuck it was, hard enough to bruise him. When they can't even show any evidence I threw a punch at all because they refused to wear a fucking body camera. Without pictures, it didn't happen. Get fucked. Sooner or later, folks, we're going to have to make a start. I am trying to quickly get through some of these comments, but reconnecting and you're live again, and we dropped out apparently, folks. I lost you again. I think it's because not enough of you have hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up and make us stay connected. Is Jack Attack out there? I haven't seen Jack Attack yet. Happy birthday to Paul. Oh, sorry, to Paul's mum. Paul's mum. Happy birthday. Okay, scrolling. Eileen and happy birthday. Okay, yeah, Eileen, EILEEN. Yeah, okay. Sign of nature from the past. Yeah, I mean, we all go in the end. We all go in the end, folks. '69 of '73. I think we're talking about years, but I don't know what or why there. I'm a little bit lost, but I'm sure it made sense really. Benny Hill, yeah, okay. Hey! Shh. Tina! Calm down. It's okay. Tina's okay. It's alright. It's okay. It's okay. Shush. Hey, quiet. Hola. Hey. Cálmate, amiga mía. Tranquilo. Suficiente. That's okay. Calma. Bien. Muy bien. Mi chica mía. That's my girl. Fucking monster that she is. But okay, folks. I'm scrolling. The last I heard, I was scrolling. Tina, you're knocking the podium. 6 in one night. Yeah, the mouse traps were fantastic. Yeah. Once upon a time I had nothing. Yeah, when I first arrived in this field, it would make a good opening for a biography, for the autobiography. I think I'm clever enough to write my own. I don't need a ghost writer, I don't think. War under the bridge. Bounce back stronger. I got a feeling 1809. I got a feeling that chat may have locked up on me. I'm going to go top chat, then live chat. There's the thing, folks. Live chat, not top chat. Top chat will filter out messages, and you'll be left in the dark about some of the things we're talking about. Okay. Reminds me of yeah, you see, there are a few messages. Mainly Tim. Once Tim Timoney arrives, chat picks up. He's quite prolific. Here we go. Okay. I'm joking, Tim Timoney, but only slightly. You are quite fecund, as we might say. That's a good word. Look that one up. Fecund. Or fecundant. You can be fecundant as well. I am here or hereabouts. I am at the end of chat. Okay. Fruitful, productive, bearing fruit would be the definition of fecund or fecundant. It's not as rude as it sounds. It's a proper real word. Okay. Are we sitting comfortably, folks? We're on over 1 hour, 15 minutes. Shall we begin? I think I covered all of the themes. So I think we're about to embark upon the week. This was the week that was. I will begin, as I often do, with last Sunday, after TrampCast. After TrampCast 72 last week. As usual, I had to deconstruct the pedestal, which is basically it's a bin. It's a laundry bin, and a chopping board and some dog food. That's about it, and my drinks and things. I had to take it all down, move everything back, put things away, put things outside, do the usual. And then I thought, wouldn't it be nice to relax for a couple of hours, just to unwind, bask in the glow of post-Trampcastness. But of course, I'd already told you lot that we were going to have a TrampCast hangout. Hangouts, folks, for those of you that don't know, I started to say before about TrampCast specials. TrampCast, that's where we talk about the week. That's what we're doing now. TrampCast special, where we have one topic in mind. And a TrampCast hangout, that's just me and you guys, chewing the cud, chatting shit, some might say. Just hanging out with each other later on. And we're going to do that tonight, probably somewhere between 10 and 11 tonight. We will start my time. I'm on Central European time. So somewhere between 9 and 10 your time if you're in the UK. Somewhere between 5 and 6, is it? Or 4 and 5 Eastern time in the States. So I lose track, folks. I lose track. I think I'm 6 hours ahead of Eastern. Well, just watch out for the TrampCast hangout and come and join me. YouTube will tell you when it is. Just do the alert thing and it'll tell you. You don't need me to give you actual times now because I don't actually know. But that's what we did last week. I had a relax, I did an unwind, and I just waited, and I totally kind of unprepared started a TrampCast hangout. And I think we did about 4 hours last week. Fecund, farmer. Don't stretch it. Fecund, fruitful, bearing fruit, to be productive. Fecund. It's not even related. You know the Irish word feck. When they're saying fuck, but they change it. It's not even related to that. It's just a word that means to be fruitful, to multiply, to bear fruit, to give birth, or to have progeny. Fecund. It's a lovely word. I like it because of how it sounds like it's naughty, but it isn't. Anyway, folks. So last Sunday night we had a TrampCast hangout, and it was episode 16. Went on for 4 hours. I've written a note to myself here that I can't quite read. Oh, Tina was this. Okay, if you were there, Tina was a right fucking nuisance through the whole thing. She wouldn't settle. She was up and down. She was panting. She was drooling. She was. I didn't know if she wanted water, if she needed a walk, if she needed, a pee or a poo, or I didn't know what was wrong with her. Yeah. This was where, in the end, you guys talked me into putting the fan on. And she did settle down and lay down in front of the fan. And the fan didn't make too much noise, fortunately. It wasn't too... It was audible on the audio, but it wasn't bad. Yeah. That's my girl. If she can find a way of being a nuisance, she will. Yeah. Risky putting the fan on, but it worked, or appeared to work. Yeah. In order to do, open the bedroom curtain up though. I'd never spent the night looking out of the bedroom and seeing like the entire rest of the tent. It was unsettling for me. I've always closed the bedroom door at night to have a sleep, and then opened it in the morning before it gets too hot. So to open it and sleep with the door open was... Well, it was weird. It was unsettling. It was different. And over here, you can see here, out of here, yeah? That door there. So I didn't close the door. I only closed the fly screen, the mosquito net. So I was kind of outside. My bed's got all that fresh air and what have you, and exposed, and because I've got if you've seen me with my fairy lights, I have 4 strings of fairy lights on at night. 3 of them are solar powered, 1 is battery operated. 2 of them are white. I've got a warm white and a blue white, and then there are 2 sets that are coloured. Are you allowed to say coloured anymore? Is that verboten yet? But yeah, fairy lights and people driving past. There's a road just out here. People driving past, seeing all my lights and things. Oh, which night's this? Hold on. Is it the next night? Yeah, we've had a thing like where people drive down the road. It's a single track road, so it's only there's one car. This guy drives down and stops. It wasn't yet. It's later in the week. I'm out of my door. I'm like, fucking, what the fuck are you doing? I think there's something untoward going on outside. Oh, I'm just having a pee. He says, oh, all right. Hurry up and fuck off. Was that Farmer? Farmer saying clever stuff like it's verboten to say verboten. Yeah. Cultural appropriation. Yeah. Anyway, folks, back to Sunday night. Yeah. So I did 4 hours. So I think we finished about 2:45 or thereabouts, somewhere around there, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We would have finished. But yeah, we had the fan on. I'm saying about the curtains and everything. Okay, into Monday, and during the live stream, I told you all that June the 9th was my mum's birthday, and we toasted her on the Sunday night into the Monday morning. As we crossed the midnight threshold here where I am. But yeah, I some of the hangouts have gone on for 6 and 7 hours. And they're not as bad as you might suspect, folks. If you're watching me kind of stumble over my words or get angry or annoyed now, I actually try to stay intelligent for the hangouts. Introduce some science and literature topics. Even the name of the channel has a literary element. The Down and Out in Torrevieja, Down and Out in. It's himself in it from 1984. What's he called? You see, I'm so eloquent and erudite, I can't remember the name of the author. But he did a Down and Out in Paris and London, or London and Paris, whichever way around he did it. You've also got the film reference, Down and Out in Beverly Hills, I guess. George Orwell, Eric Blair, that's the name. Those are the names I was thinking of and struggling to... This is something else that you will see if you do join me for the TrampCast Hangouts. My brain sparks off with all sorts of thoughts and half ideas and interconnections, and a lot of them don't quite connect, and I leave myself hanging. I don't get there. The hours of entertainment you produce is phenomenal. You're taking the piss against Tim. Erudite. Raw vegetables with dips. Erudite. I'm not getting there. I'm not connecting that one. Erudite. You're probably saying something really clever that when you explain it to me will make sense. This is often the way with Farmer. His tangents. Oh, crudité. Okay. Crudité, erudite. Okay. Rudité, crudité. Okay, erudite. I kind of sort of, you see, once he explains them, I get it, but they're so this is the level of intellect we try and aim for, folks, on a hangout. You should definitely join us. I don't know that we're doing a good job of selling it, but okay. So as I was saying, my mum's birthday was the 9th of June, or would have been if she was still with us. She went very young, folks, age 60. Didn't even make it to 61. I'm 50. Am I 56? I am. I will be 57 in a few months. 57 and 61 aren't far apart. That's a pause for thought. She smoked though, and that was a big factor in where she went and how she went. COPD plus lung cancer plus asthma. It's all interlinked. Not good. Not good. Me and my sister came home from school one day when we were like 6 and 5, and we begged her to stop smoking. We'd done the whole the lamb's lungs, you know, when they do when they cut them up and stain them and show you the fucking state. We did all that. We came home. We begged her to stop, and she couldn't. She couldn't. Anyway, now, this, here's another thing really that could have gone in as a theme for the week. This is a recurring, well, you've just seen me almost fall over trying to turn the cool box off. My cool box is electric powered. It's quite inefficient. It was always inefficient, but it got an infestation. Tina girl, what are we doing? It got an infestation over winter. And is really bad. It doesn't work half as good as it used to. Tina, that's enough. Of late, what I've been doing is on an evening, after it gets dark, I've been putting it on for an hour to run cool air through it in the hope of keeping the food longer. But I've had a terrible habit of forgetting about it. And suddenly realizing 2 and 3 hours later that the damn thing's still on and burning through my power. And Monday morning I ran the cool air through first thing and did the same thing. Forgot it was on and burnt through a lot of power. Ran the EcoFlow down cooler than I would have wanted. So I do it at night. I also do it first thing in the morning, and Monday morning was no exception. I left the thing running, and yeah. Now this was one of the ones where I'd released a video on the Monday, and it got a lot of views. Maybe I released it. Did I release it? Maybe I released it on the Sunday, and it carried on the Monday. And we were approaching 24 hours, and I was thinking, wow, this might be like my first video ever to hit 300 views within 24 hours. Small channel, folks. Yeah, what did I say? Small channel. Now it hit 300 suddenly, and there was still 4 hours to go. And it hit 400 views and 500 views. Damn thing just kept going. We hit 520 views inside 24 hours, and the video just kept going. Exceptional for one of my videos. It's niche, you know. It's a tramp in a field. It's not going to appeal to everybody. Oh, but we did get Mr. Negative. We got one. First comment on the channel. I'm not even sure he'd actually watched the video. So this is about the kids throwing stones on Sunday. And he just storms in. And I play on the word tramp a bit, don't I? It's a bit performative, but it kind of captures people, I guess. And he just storms in with, so, how did you fuck your life up this bad? What decisions did you make that fucked you up so bad? Have you, it's like, how dare you not have analysed yourself and seen what you've done wrong? That kind of, you can go back and have a look yourself. You'll see I pinned it in the end because fuck that guy. I could have just hide user and no one would have ever seen him. Instead, I hung a lantern on him and just said, "Hey, everybody, look at this cunt." I've done an awful lot of self-assessment and self-awareness. I know you don't end up in this position, like totally out of nowhere, totally by surprise. You need 2 or 3 events to go wrong at the same time. You need like a coincidence of 2 or 3 things to go wrong at the same time. And 1 or more of them is going to be your own fucking fault. You did something stupid. I mean, that you don't end up stranded in a foreign country where you don't speak the language, living in a fucking field surrounded by mice and rats. You don't just get there one day like by surprise. I know what I've done wrong and when I've done it wrong. Whether I choose to sit here and enumerate each and every mistake I made and each and every thing that just went wrong in life, I mean, I can do. My bank being a total failure and not letting me have my money is one thing. Me having a silly court case hanging over me is another. And the coincidence of those 2 things happening for the first time in my life, but the coincidence of having those 2 things happen at the same time. Other people, friends, not believing that my bank's done this thing and turned my money off and stopped me getting my money. People telling me, your bank can't do that and can't stop you having your money. It doesn't work that way. So calling me liar and talking amongst themselves. My circle of friends here all deciding that I'm some sort of liar and telling each other that I'm a con man and a liar, and therefore they didn't want anything to do with me. So I had these 2 things go wrong at the same time, and then I had a bunch of people withdraw themselves from my kind of support network. My group of friends pulled up the drawbridge and didn't want anything to do with me. It's a coincidence of things. Now, also the fact that I wasn't legal here in Spain, the fact that when I moved to Spain, the Brexit vote was 4 or 5 months away, and you had 3 months to do the whole residencia and NIE. So to do your tax and residencia, you'd got 3 months, and I just wanted I wanted a little bit extra leeway to wait and see what was going to happen. There was this big, big uncertainty in the world. But of course, once you've been in a country 5 months when you're only allowed 3, how do you walk into a police station and start doing the paperwork afterwards? It got away from me. Mistakes I've made, things I did wrong, things that happened to me and that happened around me, and the coincidence of all of these things happening congruent. So when some clown just storms into one of my videos and said, "Hey, you wanker, have you not analysed what you did wrong in life?" Yes, of course I fucking have, you muppet. I'm fully aware of what's gone wrong in my life and how much of it was me, how much of it was just circumstance, coincidence. I'm aware of how these things meld together and yeah, of course I know. But you just storm in and like demand that I enumerate all of my mistakes for him there and then on this one video. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Okay, folks. So anyway, I got this video that was doing well, is what I started to say, and was getting a lot of views. But along with a lot of views and a lot of new subscribers was also that guy. Okay. That, my friends, is more or less, that's kind of my Monday. That one negative comment kind of flavoured things. Tina carried on being a nuisance, and I didn't understand what or why. Or I didn't know what was wrong with her. So because we'd had the accident a couple of weeks earlier where she'd messed inside the tent, I kept walking her every few hours because I couldn't get to the bottom. I didn't know what was up with her, and to be honest, we're still there now. I still don't, something's not right with her. But anyway, I walked her a few times through the day just to be sure, and then fell asleep early because that seems to be the pattern at the minute. I fall asleep early. So that was my Monday into Tuesday morning. Woke at 1:30. This again, I tried to walk Tina in the night. And if you've been watching for a while, you'll know I had a belt fastened around. Tina's back legs don't work. And I had a semi or pseudo elasticated belt fastened around Tina's waist. It was my belt previously, but I'd fastened it around her waist, secured it, and it fixed. It's not one with an eyelet and the prong that goes through. You just pick your distance and secured it. So I'm picking her up. I've got this belt and I'm picking the back end up, and something about the belt, something about the mechanism breaks, not snaps. The belt didn't snap, but the mechanism, the fastening broke. Tina girl, shush, shush. Tina, shush. Anyway, so I'm taking her out in the middle of the night and the belt breaks. And so now, instead of this thing being like permanently secured about her waist and I just pick her up at will, every time I take her out now, I have to slide the belt under and have it go double around and you know, kind of sling under her and pick her up. Yeah, we broke the belt. And I was a little bit lost for a while there, but yeah, it is an issue. Now she kept whimpering all night, like on and off, in phases. She's just a low level, but without a clear aim. I don't know what. I've got kids coming through the field. I'm hoping that's not my stone throwing friends. But you know what? It might be. Oh, they've backed off and gone. They were coming through the trees and they've backed off and gone the other way. But there was 3 or 4 lads. Don't be surprised if the tent starts getting hit by rocks, or if I start swearing and chasing off that away. I cannot rule out the possibility. I guess we'll see, folks. I guess we'll see. Where was that? Yeah, no, my dog was whimpering, but I couldn't associate it. She didn't necessarily need the loo. She didn't need feeding. I don't know what it was. Pain is because of her deterioration, her back, her hindquarters. There has been no sign of pain up to now. I'm wondering a little bit this last week. It's possible. It is possible that it's pain that she's trying to let me know about. Something's changed. Could be the heat. Oh no, it's older people on bikes. I saw a bike and someone pushing it and I thought maybe it was kids, but no, it's older folk. I'm nervous now. I'm nervous now in case it's the rock throwers. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about Tina and this whimpering, and she seems to be off her food a little bit. You see here, look at this. This has never happened before. Do you see that food? That's been there since before TrampCast started. I put her food and water out. Normally that would have been munched away. That would have been gone like fucking instantly. I don't know, folks. I'm concerned, and there's not a lot I can do about it. Okay. Now. Yeah, because she was whimpering. Oh, what's happening here? Screen's gone dark, very dark. 5%, folks. 5% power. Hold on, we're gonna have to do the thing. Tina, go. I'm gonna have to get the eco flow. Oh, folks, bear with me. Sorry. Oh, Tina, you're gonna be a nuisance, aren't you? And the bin wants to fall over. The laundry bin wants to fall. Oh, you're gonna let me pass? You're not gonna let me pass, are you? Okay, babe. Okay. Whoa. Hold on. Let's undo that. And undo that. And unplug that. Oh. What? Hold on. Whoa. Fuck. Okay, folks. There was a little bit of swearing there. I don't know if you noticed it. Hold on. Oh, fucking doodle doo. Okay. Whilst I'm on my feet, if you don't mind, I can hear kids. I'm going to take a quick look out of this door. Yeah, it is. It is them. At the top of the fucking road. It absolutely is them. Wow, that was good timing. Now they saw me and they've gone off that away, but I don't expect that to stop them. I think they will be back. It absolutely was them. A gang of 4 lads on bikes stood at the top of the road looking this way, planning their next attack. Yeah, so that's interesting. Okay, folks, let me see if I can't get situated. I can hear them. Scroats. Okay. My last comment appears to be Farmer and his crudity. Okay, no. It's they are over the other side of the field. Okay, folks, let me get back on with it. Where were they? I was on Tuesday, I think. Okay, because Tina was getting hot, I don't have a proper brush for her anymore. The police, if you remember the police raid where they stole all my things, I don't have like a proper grooming stuff for her. The only thing I've got is a flea comb. Well, I started brushing her with that, just, not that I think she's got fleas or anything, just because it's the only thing I had. And the amount of hair that was coming off her. So here's my current latest kind of theory. As we've entered summer, she should have molted. She molts all year round. She doesn't actually have a proper, she's a hairy beast and she loses hair all the time. But her back legs aren't working, so she hasn't been scratching it away. She hasn't lost the hair in the same way. So I've had to go over her and over and over with the flea comb and basically pulling out loads and loads, pulling out chunks of hair. That's my latest theory, is that she was getting too hot because she hasn't been losing the hair in the normal way because she couldn't scratch it properly. They are over there. Okay. I was into Tuesday, wasn't I? This was the day. Yeah, you see, Tina can see them through the trees. I got footsteps nearby now as well. I don't know what's going on, folks. Let's see whether you can see them. Let's turn the camera around and zoom on in through the trees there. Hold on. Through the trees there. There's kids. Oh, right next to the tree trunk, you can see orange and white. They're sneaking around in the field. Ah, there you go, look. Something just hit the tree. Hit the tent. Did you see? Little bastards. They're looking for a rise. They're looking for me to chase them. They want... Can you see the orange? The red, whatever that is. I knew that was happening. It was building. Oh shit. They'll cause problems, Farmer, if they break the fucking tent. It's only 6 weeks old. It's not going to put up with rocks and shit hitting it fucking 3 and 4 times a week every week. Also, what if that had been another meter or so this way and come in through the door and hit me or Tina? I don't know. You can't just leave things fucking be. They'll just come closer. If I don't do something, they'll just come closer and closer and closer until they do cause actual fucking damage. Get them on camera, yeah. And then what? What do I do with the video then, Thomas? It's not like the police and me are on the best of fucking terms, is it? I watched it building from when I had them up on the top road and when I saw them moving about, skulking about in the field. You know, back in the day, Tina would have fucking eaten them. She was like grease lightning. She would have had no fucking truck. There would have been no messing. She would have fucking eaten them. And I'd let them. I'd let her. There's no doubt in my throwing rocks deserves lethal force. That's potentially deadly. When you're throwing fucking rocks, look, they're back again. There's red movement in the fucking field behind the tree. Directly behind the tree. You got to go directly behind the tree. There's movement. And you can see the bastard moving. There's 3 or 4 of them. One's in white, one's in orange, or salmon, some such. And there they are, grouping and plotting and planning and maybe looking for rocks to pick up. Of course, my phone's on 5%, so it's not like I can even unplug it and go change. Yeah, look, white's, the guy in white's moving fast, he just ran across. Oh, folks, what do you do? I'm literally under attack. Yeah, the guy in white's trying to sneak through the field, look. Did you see him? To the right of the tree, there's the one in white and the one in red. They're right there, look. I don't know how well that's showing on camera. Yeah, the one in white's sneaking in, look, with his fucking blonde hair. You got that? Look at him. I think I'm going to go hit somebody. I think so. Yeah, look, did you hear that? That was a stone again. I don't know, can you see them? I think I'm going to go and hit somebody, because if I don't, they're just going to come closer and closer and closer. The closer they get, the bigger the rock they can pick up. Cover the solar. Yeah, that's the concern, isn't it? They did damage the other day, didn't they, when they broke a plate and a cup? But if they broke the fucking solar panel, that would be me bollocksed. The thing is, they want the excitement of me chasing them. I don't know, guys. It feels to me like it's clobbering time. I know it's me fighting kids, I know. But they're not kids, they're people throwing rocks. They're young and bored, I know. We all do, you know, I did stupid shit as well when I was a kid. The thing is, this is potentially deadly. It's certainly dangerous. And if it damages my tent that I've only just scraped up the money to pay for. Oh, fuck a doodle do. Back to me for now, I guess. But I don't know, folks. Now I can hear kids at the top of the road. I'm just going to take a quick look. Because if they get brave and come down this road... Yeah, it was them. 6 of them. 6 of them. Only 2 or 3 on bikes this week. People around were spotting them. Other people could see that they were up to no good. So that might... Oh, that might help. Oh. See, now I want to close the fly screen and stuff, but I need the door to still be open. We are getting pestered by flies. It is that time of day, 7 o'clock-ish. But I can't close the doors, can I? I need to be able to get in and out. Hopefully that's it now, says Tim Timony. I would like to think so, my friend, but I don't actually believe so. I don't actually believe so. Oh, that's something I'd not thought about, Thomas. Do you think maybe they're being paid to harass me by somebody who, by some of the homeowners that don't want me here? That's a possible. Yeah, these are all possible things. Now that you mention it, I'd not thought of that. Tequiera, and who are they? Just kids, maybe. Cover the solar, yeah. Here's one farmer. Is it not self-defense? Is it not reasonable and proportionate to smack someone that's throwing rocks at you? Regardless of their age. They pose a threat to me, my safety, my dog's safety. I'd argue that it's reasonable and proportionate, as long as I don't do anything silly, you know. I'm not gonna do like a full-on fucking Hulk smash. I know that I'd be grabbing a 10-year-old and shaking him around a bit. I don't know. It seems quiet for now. I can't hear them. They're not up there. They're not around there. I think the fact that I surprised them and came out and that other people saw them like skulking about, other people saw them looking surreptitious. I don't want to turn this into a game with me against kids. It's not a thing, is it? Okay, phone's up to 11%. I don't know how. Okay, folks, the last I remember, I was talking about Tuesday. Now, on the Tuesday in question, my friends Adam and Mel, I think, were leaving the country. Or beginning their journey to leave the country. They were going overland and by ferry. So Adam and Mel, for those of you that don't know, they're the guys that got me the mouse trap that I demonstrated some moments ago. Amongst other things, they got me the electric blanket. If you're going to go back to winter, there was the electric blanket. The foil, I got 2 foil like tarpaulins that are silver foil on the outside of the tent here to keep the heat away. They got me those. They got me lots of things, folks. Oh, these. Fuck. Got me. You see that the plastic drawers, the big set of black and white kind of plastic drawers. They got me those. Lots of things, lots and lots, way more than I can begin to list everything. But they helped me with an awful lot of things. They got me a harness for carrying Tina, for lifting Tina's back end, even though I've tended towards using this belt most of the time. But I do have those as a fallback if the belt doesn't work out. Lots and lots, so many things. They got me so many things, folks. Including a head torch, because my head torch just broke, didn't it? So my backup head torch was from them. So many things. Sativa breeder Martin, yeah, hello. I think I saw you arrive a little while ago, but I've been preoccupied with little bastards. I'm going to go off grid for a year to save some money. It's a good plan. It is a good plan. Unless you have to pay to be disconnected, which sometimes is a thing. If you've already got the land and you pay them to disconnect it, and then maybe you need to pay to reconnect it a year later, you might lose all of the benefits that you gained. But okay, folks, I am here. Look. Tuesday, Adam and Mel were leaving. I got my EcoFlow at 75% at some point again because I keep leaving the cool box on. So this month I had to chase the sun on Tuesday. I had to move the panel to the other side of the field and face back this way to get the sun. Oh, this is also the day. Here's one, folks. I've talked about how I can loose things inside the tent, and it's a right roll pain in the arse. You see these? I can't see shit without them. Yeah? Lost them the other day. It's so easy to put them down somewhere I have a regular place where I always put them. Except when I don't. And I put them somewhere. And I didn't know where. Lost them for fucking 15 minutes. And every footstep, I was like walking on eggshells in case I stood on the glasses. There could have been anywhere. Yeah. Okay. This is the day when I made it. I've had this packet of pasta forever. This like freeze-dried meal thing. And I decided, it's time. Let's have that fucking meal. I'm gonna tear it. Okay, it says on. Let me know how we're doing, folks. My audience. Maybe potato vision. Oh, look how bad my hair is. Let me know, folks. How's the audio? How's the picture? Am I back? Last I've got is Farmer telling me that I'm frozen. I'm back. Okay. Okay. Well, I apologise. Shit, I lost mine. Yes, I didn't have these messages either. Martin, Sativa Breeder, I will come back to your comments, mate. I lost it somewhere there. I've got a fucking itchy ankle. I'm gonna have to go. Ouch. Oh, you know how good a really good scratch feels. Oh, scratch that itch. I'm gonna have to close this door, and maybe that one as well. I think the kids have gone. It seems to have quietened. I can't hear them. But then, that might be what they want me to think. That might be what they want me to think. Let me come past Tina. Hey, babe. I know. It's just all very nuisancey. It's all a nuisance. But let's... Okay, that's one popped. Let's get the other fastening. Let's pop the fastening. Okay. Now down we go. Down. Oh, sorry, babe. Wasn't standing on your foot, was I? Oh, no. Sorry, folks. Oh! I'm back. I am back. Oh! How's the video doing? Shall we push on and get this done? The entire stand is leaning. It's ready to fall over. I'm not sure what's going on with that. All right, folks. I hope we've got more viewers than it actually says here, because that's very disappointing if true. But we did lock up, didn't we? We did. Okay, let me finish this coffee and start the next coffee. We've had a few interruptions, folks. What with kids launching rocks at the tent, I think we had 2 hit the tent and 1 miss. But I don't think they were very big, and they were coming from a distance. They'd probably ran out of power before they got here. If you look here, my tarpaulin is no more. The tarpaulin over the roof is gone. I do need to swap out. So that's my task for tomorrow, is to swap out for a new set of tarps. I've got them. They're over there. They're in that room there somewhere on the floor over there. I can direct myself right at them nearly to within a meter or so. So tomorrow my job is to get new tarps. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off, put the new one on. I'm going to tape this up. I'm going to bodge it with duct tape. I'm going to put it back over the top. If it survives in any way, shape or form, and then it can go over the top. But as it is, there's like a meter wide split in the top. Fortunately, that's the tarp, not the roof. So once upon a time, that tarp was my roof. If you go back more than 6 weeks, 7 weeks, when the old tent was no more, for 7 months, this tarp was my roof. And at the end, obviously, we got very wet. Okay, folks, I'm moving on. So, Wednesday. I've had the early morning call with Frank that I was telling you about, and his about his wife. But we got into the morning proper. 8:20, I get a phone call. Unknown number. I usually don't answer them. This time I answered it kind of flippantly. Yeah? That was literally my answer. Yeah? What? Guardia Civil. Okay? What? This was when they wanted to give me the paperwork about the court case. They asked, what country are you in? Where are you at? Are you in Spain? Are you in Torrevieja? Where are you? And I'm like, you daft bastards, I'm at the place that you know me to be at. I'm at the address that you have on file for me. I'm still here from when you arrested me the last time. 10 minutes. 10 minutes what? Why? Paper. So in they're coming. I've got the police coming round to give me paper for something I know not what. This was one of those days, folks. This day took forever. This is one of the themes of the week. Days that take forever. Like when you wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning and you've had your full night's sleep already. That was this. And then I had the gut punch, the conversation with Frank about his wife passing. And then we get into the day proper, it started daylight, and I get a phone call from the police, and they're going to be on site in 10 minutes, and I don't... Are they arresting me? When they just say paper, is that a warrant? What are we doing? Why are we doing? And then I get the paperwork. And they tell me they've had a court case about me 2 months ago. And the policeman tells me I have to go to court in 3 days. This is Wednesday, so in 3 days would be Saturday. The court's not open on a Saturday. Spanish courts, folks, you'll love this. They are open 10 in the morning until 2:30 in the afternoon. Monday to Friday. That's it. But when you look online, you see different results about what time they're open, including that they're open 24 hours a day. When you look at the opening times for the court on Google, Torrevieja Court opening times, go check. It will tell you they're open 24 hours a day. And they are fucking absolutely not. 10 while 2:30, maybe 3. 5 days a week. So I've got a policeman telling me I've got to go to court on Saturday. And I'm like, that doesn't seem right. So I get the Google Translate and I can pretty much read Spanish myself, but not like to a legal reliability. And it tells me within 3 days I have to go to court and pick up the paperwork, the outcome of the court case. Because they've had a trial and they forgot to tell me. Because Spain's wonderful like that. You can have a court case and not be told, and be tried in absentia 5.5 years after a silly incident. 5.5 years later, they have a court case. They know where you are. They've got your address. They've got your phone number. They've been here many times. I've got a whole playlist, folks. Tramp versus police. There's a whole fucking playlist of every time they've been here. But 2 months ago, they decided to have a court case and not tell me. If you want to see the full rant, I did one a few days ago and I did one at the beginning of this TrampCast. You rewind and watch the first half an hour. Fuck those guys. Um, this is 8:20 in the morning. I get this phone call, and at 8:30 or 8:40, I've got cops on the doorstep. Oh, and they don't pull over. It's a single track road. They don't pull onto the grass. They just park because we are police. They're just in the middle of the road, and I got neighbours trying to get in and trying to get out. And a cop car just in the fucking way, and I'm like waving and trying to apologise to my. Always trying to be polite and nice to my neighbours. Now, my friends, Karen and family, Karen and her husband, offered to take me the next day to the courthouse. You know, my dog's immobile. I can't walk her, but they're going to look after her and take me to. I'm going to go to the courthouse and pick up the paper, get the result, because obviously, I want a bit of paper that's going to tell me how not guilty I am, having been tried in absentia. It's like a default guilty, isn't it? You're just automatically fucking. I mean, anything with a magistrate court, you're automatically guilty anyway in their bastard eyes. You're not. You're on a conveyor belt through the system. The court-appointed lawyer that you've never met is not going to stick up for you properly. The magistrate isn't going to watch out for you and stick up for you properly. They're just going to take whatever. Remember, this is a policeman saying that I punched him so hard through a bulletproof vest that I bruised his chest. I didn't punch him at all. The paperwork's over there. It's been 3 or 4 days now. I still haven't looked at it. I'm going to look at it tomorrow, Karen. Shut up. She's pestering me. Everybody's pestering me to actually look. Clearly, I must have a right to like a retrial here. There must be a right to appeal. You can't hold a trial of someone in absentia when you know where they are and you just haven't bothered telling them that they're having a trial. That's just ridiculous. Okay, let's go. They're coming for me. Fuck. Yeah, the whole within 3 days versus actually 3 days. Yeah. Okay, Wednesday night. Scruff Dog. I watched Scruff Dog on Wednesday. He's building an engine. I haven't seen it in weeks. I fall asleep before he starts at like 10:30, 10:35. Week after week after week, I've been asleep before 10:30 on a Wednesday, and probably most other days. This is the thing with the weeks, with the days taking forever. Fall asleep early, wake up at 1 or 2 in the morning, and that's me for the day. Now we got to 2:45, so this is after Scruff Dog would have finished his YouTube stream. It starts raining, real heavy, like bang, 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 like real heavy droplets, but only for a minute or so. So that doesn't matter. Thursday morning, I get up and I'm going to court. I'm going to go get the paperwork. Like I said, my friend Karen, they're taking me. They're looking after Tina while I go in. So here's the idea. I'm going in. I'm going to retrieve the paperwork. The last time I had this kind of thing happen, they took me into a side room and read through the paperwork and made sure I understood it, and then sent me on my way. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to ring Karen and say, yes, I'm out. I'll meet you on the seafront or something. That's the plan. Except my phone. My phone's a bendy Samsung. It bends in half. Not bad for a tramp, I know. But when it bends in half, it turns off. Like not just the screen off, it's off, reboot off. Except it won't reboot unless it's connected to power. I'm in the courthouse. My phone's just gone off. And it's not going to come on until it's been connected to power. Now, they see me. I'm on the right floor. I'm at the reception. They see me. Power play. They see me. And then they ignore me for a good 10, 15 minutes. Then they come and they talk at me. And then they ask me to sit down for 10 minutes. And then they just give me some papers and wave me away. And I see on the papers, I see the name, I see a lawyer's name. And I'm like, who's that? They're not allowed to tell me. The courthouse, I have a court-appointed lawyer, apparently. But the court's not allowed to tell me how to contact him. Do what? I had a court case 2 months ago that nobody told me about. And I was represented by a lawyer. What the absolute fuck is this? The court are not allowed to give me the contact details from my lawyer that they appointed. What? What the fuck Mickey Mouse kind of legal system is this? I am beyond perplexed, people. I am beyond perplexed. I am fucking lost. Okay. Anyway, eventually they give me the papers and they wave me away, and that's it. I haven't looked at the papers since. They didn't explain them to me. The last time was like really trivial case, and they insisted on talking me through the papers in depth. This time seems more serious. I was facing a year in prison and something like a 5,000 or 10,000 euro fine. I'm charged with resisting arrest and assaulting a police officer, punching him so hard through his bulletproof vest that he got a bruise. Oh yeah, no, that's nothing. Just go away. No, that doesn't matter. I don't fucking know. Anyway, so after the court case, I leave the courthouse, and I can't phone Karen back, can I? My phone's bent in half and is turned off and won't turn on until it gets power. Additionally, I've given the EcoFlow to Karen for safekeeping in case I got robbed while I was out. So I can't even just come home and charge from the EcoFlow and get the phone working and call her. Fortunately, I do have a little power bank here that's broken. It won't take a charge, but it's solar powered as well as USB powered. It will charge from the sun. So I do the 40-minute walk home, connect the phone to the power bank, wait 5 or 10 minutes and try and reboot the phone, and then contact Karen and let her know what the score is. Fortunately, it worked eventually. On about the third attempt, I managed to get the phone rebooted. Oh, yeah, the passport. Okay. So while I'm at the courthouse, and you're supposed to take some paperwork and some proof of ID, and I've got this passport that they've previously told me is not acceptable. It's been damaged. It's been through 2 floods. It's laid in literal flood water for hours. They accepted it this time. It's perfectly adequate proof of ID this time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, folks. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So anyway, we get back here. I'm back here. Karen brings Tina back. The day's pretty much like the other days. And thud! On the fucking roof. Thud! Kids throwing fucking stones again. Just like earlier, just like today. Yeah. Single. This time it was a single kid. There was just the one lad stuck at the top of the road in a fluorescent green top. Just look at me, look at me. So not 6 of them or 7 like today, not 4 like last week. Just the one arrogant prick. So that was my Thursday. Fell asleep about 9 p.m. And that was my, you know, I mean, that's kind of how the week was, folks. So Friday, woke at 3 a.m. covered in bites. Absolutely, something has gone to town on me. A little bit like now, because I left the door open too late. My ankles are, oh, that's a good scratch. Oh yeah, something had eaten me. So I woke at 3 o'clock, covered in bites, walked Tina. She did nothing again, despite not having been out for hours because I'd fallen asleep early. Something's off with my doggy, folks. Something's off. Oh, this is the day where the car stops right outside. He stops right out here. And because I've been getting hit with stones and things, I'm paranoid. So I'm up and out. Oi! What are you doing? What the fuck? What's going on? Oh, he's having a pee. Well, fucking finish and fuck off. Yeah. Just poor fella. that 7:15 dog walk, coffee, put the solar out, do all the morning things. 8:50. What a long day already. 10 to 9. I feel like I've been awake hours. I've been up for hours. I've done all the things. I'm just sat here. I'm watching video after video after video on YouTube. And when I look at my watch again, it's only 5 minutes later. The day's just not... It's one of those days where the clock's just not moving. Starts to get warm. So I open the 2 doors, get the through draft going. I'm waiting for the EcoFlow to get powered up after being run down a bit overnight. Wait for it to get fully powered, and then I can maybe put the fan on and get the air moving a bit more. But it's just not. The day is just not happening. It's taking forever. Turn the cool box on. Try and give the EcoFlow a chance to get powered. All of this, and it's still not even 9 a.m. I watched back TrampCast Hangout from a few days ago and prepare for the one that night. We had a hangout on Friday night. Good, enjoyed it, folks. Thank you to everyone that was there. I do enjoy the Friday night hangouts and the Sunday night hangouts. We'll do another one tonight if anyone's up for it. We'll give that a go. But yeah, Friday was just one of those days that just dragged. Oh, interminable. Into Saturday. 7 o'clock, walk the dog. Again, she's not doing what she's doing. She's in a weird mood. I watched back the TrampCast from the night before. I gotta say, I was probably a little bit K-eyed. I was a little bit drunk on the Friday night one. It happens, folks. It happens sometimes. It happens. Very crackly audio at times as well. It wasn't great. People didn't tell me, or didn't tell me quickly enough. If ever you're watching live, one of my live streams, and the audio gets crackly, you have to tell me, folks. Hold on. People are talking about me, not to me. Do you read the papers? No, not yet. Too chicken. I'm too frightened. Contents of unread letters might be time sensitive. That's a risk. Last time there was 2 weeks to appeal. I'm assuming the same, so I think I can give myself 3 or 4 days. Yeah, Schrodinger's papers. Yeah. Yeah. Does he have to report to jail or does he not? I'm going to appeal no matter what the sentence is. Even if it's just a €50 fine, I'm going to appeal. I have to appeal. I have to be given my right to be heard. There's just no way. How am I being charged with resisting arrest and assaulting a policeman when there's no actual charge? What was the original arrest for? I stood outside a bar. Where's the crime? Resisting arrest. What arrest? Why arrest? When arrest? Punched a policeman so hard for his bulletproof vest that I bruised his chest. What am I, a Mega Man? Am I fucking Mighty Mouse? What is that? I will be appealing, folks. The whole thing's bullshit. It's those tacked on offences that anyone who gets arrested over a weekend, they will tack on an assaulting and a resisting. It's just fucking automatic. And they've tacked them on and not even done the original charge. When you get to court and the judge sees on a Monday morning that you're done for resisting and assaulting the policeman, but the original charge you're not even being... The original thing you were arrested for isn't even listed because it's not even a crime. Standing outside a bar is not a crime. My dog was inside the bar. I was outside. There was no way I was going home without my fucking dog. What are you talking about? It's not even a thing. Could you imagine if I did go home without my dog? I would have been in the paper the next day. Man leaves his dog at bar. I'm getting angry again. Let's move on. Where am I? So we did a TrampCast hangout Friday night into Saturday. Yeah, walked the dog first thing in the morning. Watched back last night. Watched back Saturday. On Saturday morning, I watched back Friday's TrampCast, is what I'm saying. Again, I put the cool box on, and I accidentally ran the EcoFlow down to around the 50% mark, which I'm not happy with. And then it went bad. My EcoFlow went bad on me. It wasn't charging. It's in sunshine. Full sunshine on the thing in the morning, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. It's got the full power of the sun on it, and it's not charging. It's gone bad. I have to turn it off, and you can't turn it off while it's got solar power coming in. You have to unplug the power and then hold the like the reset button, the on-off button for 10 seconds or so, but not while there's power coming in. You have to unplug the bloody thing. We do that, we do the reboot, get it up and running. All appears to be going well again. And then Saturday is just pretty much of a muchness. It's like all the other days, waiting for time to pass. But here's a different one. It gets to night time. It's just gone dark, 20 past 10. So it gets dark somewhere between 9, half past, somewhere around that 9:30 there or thereabouts. Thud. Stone. Thrown at the tent at night. This is becoming a thing, folks. This is becoming a fucking thing. Unbelievable, as I wrote in my notes here. Unbelievable. This wasn't kids. I don't believe this was kids. Now, I put the cool box on Saturday night, so last night, as you might call it. I put the cool box on to run the cooler air through, intending to just put it on for an hour. Next thing you know, we're down to 45% on the EcoFlow, 45%. And we're going to get through the night. Yeah. Anyway, if you know anything about me, Saturday night is Big Clive followed by Scruff Dog. So it gets to Big Clive time and I put Big Clive on. Bugger's been on for an hour. Apparently he told everyone last week, but I missed last week's episode. I was asleep. So he was on early with what's called Manx Beard Club. He's on the Isle of Man, so Manx as in Isle of Man. And at Beard Club, all his friends had beards once upon a time. No longer quite the case. So I missed the first hour of that, but that was entertaining enough. And then Scruff Dog afterwards. Into Sunday morning, folks. Into Sunday morning. What's it saying here? Oh! Yeah! So I woke up in the night a bit discombobulated, a little bit little and lost and lonely because I'd fallen asleep at a bad time again. Woke up this morning, no dog. Now just recently she's been getting off the bed in the middle of the night and coming and laying by the door, laying on the cool plastic in front of the door. No, not there. Now what I'd done, I'd pulled like I just did here and just now. I've pulled the 2 zips down on the door to the bottom, but I haven't connected them. I haven't joined them. I've left them apart. Bugger's gone out in the middle of the night on her own. The fuck. He must read them. He will read them, Josie. I will get to the papers eventually, and I will be launching an appeal. It's has to be done. But my dog. I woke up in the night. She wasn't on the bed. I thought she'd just be out here. She wasn't here. I was looking around. She's gone out on her own. My little bum shuffler. Bad dog. I said about how I'd run the EcoFlow down to 45% by accident, and by charging my phone overnight and stuff, it was down to 33% or so. What's that saying? I can't read my own writing here. Something about a car at the top of the road, and then something to do with Repsol. No, it can't be that important. Basically, folks, Sunday. You know what I do on a Sunday? I get up, get my coffee, do all the things, and then I prepare my notes for you. I have to write all of that up. transcribe it from my phone to the paper because I can't switch screens once we're doing the TrampCast. Would that it was different. I would save a hell of a lot of time. Some weeks I spend longer writing these notes than I do talking to you. Some weeks. Not all weeks, not every week. I have still got, look at this, 2.5 hours later, and I have still got a little bit of beer left. Okay, folks, over to you. What are you talking about back here? It's a Spanish court. And the translators only translate when the judge asks you a question and translate your answer back to the judge. Everything else that happens during the trial, you're left in the fucking dark about. You've got no idea what anybody's doing or saying. It's a total farce. But I wasn't even invited to this particular court case, so that's... if the absence is due to circumstances beyond the accused's control. Yeah, like not being informed that there's actually a court case going on. They literally didn't tell me that there was a court case happening. And they're so keen on their paperwork, the police will come round the day before the court case and have you sign papers to say that, yes, you're going to be there. Let them produce that piece of paper. Because I sure as fuck didn't sign it. They didn't bring it. Nobody told me. Whole thing's a farce. Whole thing should be quashed and thrown out. Jack Attack's been doing some in-depth research here on my case. If you don't read, you can be late. Yeah, I think there's 14 days, Josie, in general. Yeah. Tina feels my frustration. Quite possibly. Possibly. I'm scrolling back. I should just jump back and then move forward, but I'm going to go... If you leave box too long, the cat is always dead. That sounds like a Schrodinger reference. I'm going to read them tomorrow. I'm going to pluck up courage tomorrow morning, don't worry. I am a procrastinator at heart. Schrodinger, okay, yeah, people are talking Schrodingers. I thought it had an E in it. Schrodinger, is there not an E in the middle of Schrodinger? I don't know. I'm scrolling. That was Josie arriving. Afraid, definitely, I am a chicken. I am a scaredy cat. I am a procrastinator. If I can put something off, never do today what you can put off until the week next Friday. Read that it might be a fine, pay it, you might get out of the country. If it's a fine, I might be able to get out of the country without paying it. I never said that. Well, maybe. Did I get... Okay, I went... You're all talking about when I went potato vision. That lamp attacking me again, okay. Jack and Jack restarted his phone. He thought the problem was his end. Oh, mine apparently. Farmer's always entertaining. He told me I was frozen. Yeah, I think that's when I reacted. Yeah, I went down. I think we went down to 2 viewers when it was frozen. I don't think anybody was. I think everyone was kicked out. I was talking to myself for 5 or 10 minutes maybe. There's Martin, sativa breeder, telling me about his plans for going off grid. 12-volt shower system, chemical toilet. Don't talk to me about toilets, my friend. Wet rag and a bowl of water. What was the 12,000 a year for? Was that for electricity? Holy schmoly, what? Oh, maybe that's for rent, I'm not sure. I was only paying 400 here, my last apartment. I think 400, maybe 450. Torrevieja is quite cheap. I was renting a house for 400 back a few years ago. 2-bedroom house. Okay, I think we're back to where the kids were doing their thing. I think I'm caught up, folks. I think I'm caught up. Okay, let me just nip. I'm bringing it forward. Where did we? Here's Jack Attack was delivering his legal information about Spanish law and getting a retrial. I think I'm about up to date. What I'm going to do. Pro-rated crabby nihilist. Okay, we had nihilism the other day, didn't we? I'm going to click top chat and live chat again, see what I've missed, if there's anything. No, I think I'm up to date, folks. Procrastination is my kind of middle name. It is my thing. Okay, well, we had some drama in the middle there when the rocks started landing on the tent. I don't think we got a clear picture of the kids on camera. But they were there milling about in the background, weren't they? And then I happened, luckily, I'm glad I looked out when I did, because they were plotting their next move just as I put my head out. And I think other people could see that they were up to no good. Other people up on the main road could see they were up to no good. So I think that made them think twice and back off. So a little bit of drama midstream. But other than that, folks, that was the week that was. This was TrampCast episode 73, covering the week ending today, Sunday, June the 15th, 2025. I thank you for your company. I thank you for your interaction. And we shall do a hangout later today in 2 hours, let's say 2 hours from now, on the hour, 10 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock UK, 4 p.m. US Eastern, and we'll see where we go from there, folks. Okay, here's my girl, look. I will end the stream in the manner that we should be accustomed to. Can you see her? Hey, babe. That's my what you got there? A jar of bolognese. Okay. I don't normally use jars of bolognese, but okay. From Tina. And from me, Delta Mike, out. Awkward moment.